All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites who come in week and week out to prophesy the downfall. Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of America, soon to be dissolved, right? Clean dissolved with that nuclear heat. You can now see it. We're about to get the hell out of here. All right. We come in week out to prophesy the downfall, to wake up the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, the people on this sign, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indian, and Speckled Bird. I want you to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and get back in order. Famine is here, man. We see it. Could be the 13th. First and foremost, and as always, all praise be to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakafadash, double honor to the old apostles and other bishops, GMS, Great Millstone, even the elders came before them and taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers up to the word, truth and its sincerity. But right here, Shalom, beloved. Hopeful Left Tabernacle of David, right? Aqua to listen and learn, being a pillar of rest, 144,000. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. Shalom, 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 Akim. All right, so the call came, right, to push the chariot. So I love it. And the garment, this is an oldie but goodie. You know, I don't wear it much, and you know why, but you know it is majestic and it is down to the foot. So, you know. A lot of this one goes back my wife of many years now. Shout out to you. She didn't make this one, she had it made. And many garments, I've given away many garments over the years. I turned into the garment guy. I was never the garment. Go get your own garment. But, you know, for the brotherhood, right? You do things. So anyway, let me grab this. Wisdom 5. I'm gonna start there. All right, because we're here. All right. We'll get to it. Salaki. Wisdom 5 and 1. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. And shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. And we're doing that. The Wadi Al-Bashim Al-Shai, Lord willing, we are. All right, standing stiffly before the face of such as have afflicted us and made no account. Right? Standing so stiffly. Where is it? Great boldness, same thing. Those that stood so stiffly, what are we looking for? That crown, all right? 5 and 2, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. When they see what? When they see us stand on our feet. And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Now, the salvation, on the other hand, they're going to be amazed at. Right? They're going to be troubled with terrible fear when they see us stand upon our feet. But then when they see us rise up into them ships, they're going to be amazed at the strangeness of our clean getaway. Wait a minute. You N-words, right? Here come the missiles. Wait a minute. Why are you guys floating up like the brother just described it? While everybody's guns and missiles were pointed at America, the chariot, right, was slipping off to the side unnoticed, right, out of the UV spectrum, probably, cloaked, right? Cloaked. And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And they, repenting and groaning with anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and proverb of reproach. That proverb, you N-words. Right? How are you getting out of here? All right, so anyway, with that, what I want to do, okay, so what are we looking at there? Well, we're looking at the chariots. Because, I mean, as many times as the apostles have been here, they were astonished when let's get that in there. They were astonished They were amazed at the strangeness of Yahweh's clean getaway. Acts 1. Let's get that real quick. Because what are we doing? See, these people don't understand what's going on. You ask them, well, I believe that they're fallen angels and they're demons and they're okay. Well, um, some of them are demons. How about that? You got your good angels, you got your bad angels. So to know what is about to happen is everything, right? Wisdom and knowledge. It's good to keep you stable. The book of Acts. I'm going to start at 11. This is, the header reads The Ascension. Okay. Acts 1 and 11, which also said, this is talking about those two angels, the two men that stood by them in white apparel, right? Which we know, we extrapolate, right? But those are angels, all right? The angels, all which also said, "Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven?" See, what I need to do is read some different versions of that, if that's possible, because they're amazed. Their mouths were agape, and I'm guessing. Let's see. Acts 1. Let's see if this is going to allow me to get there without too much fanfare. Doesn't look like it. Gonna make me. Let's see. Acts 1. But let's just go there. Act 1. KJV. Bear with me. Right? Now I'm going to show. This is crazy. Acts 1. It's a lot. Okay, hold on. I want to get something on here. All right, bear with me. All right, here we go. Let's read the NIV. Before their very eyes. Okay, here we go. Let's get some. See, because what I want to get is the strangeness. It was even strange to the apostles, right, that were there at the moment. Okay. And then we'll watch a little video and get some perspective on what is going on right now. Okay, so this is Acts 1 and 9, and in the NIV. After he said this, he was taken up before their very eyes, and a cloud hid him. Okay, after saying this, he was taken up while they were watching. As they were looking on, he was lifted up. They watched. See, it's important, right, that you understand that they saw this, right, because it was an amazing happening. It was an amazing event, if you will. For the moment, I didn't know that I was there for such an event. After having said these things, they beholding, while they beheld, while they watched, okay, while they were watching. See, that's very important. While they were looking on. Now I want to find where they're amazed while they were looking. He was caught up as they looked on. He was, And as they were watching, so I can just read through the After saying this, Yahushua was taken up while those who had gathered together were watching. While they were looking at him, he was carried up in a cloud, closing beneath him, hid him from their sight. As they watched, as they were looking, they beholding. Okay, that's all I'm gonna get. I want the amazement, but let me go back and read some more. Salaki, what does it read after 9? Salaki. Read on. They were gazing up to heaven. Let's see. Nope, nothing. Nothing. So, anyway, let's play this. Salaki. Alright, Shalom. Who's in there? Bayan, Bayan. Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. Let's play this. Oh, I had it set up. Let me see. Maybe it'll be here. Okay, yeah. All right, so this is dealing with the chariots. Okay, and you have to understand, right? If you were born in the 60s, and I have to tell this, I hate to go back and quote, age and all of that shit, but it's relative, okay? Because in the 60s, right, if you were a kid, you were fascinated by UFOs, right? And there was a little alien thing going on, and robot lost in space type shit going on, right? And then the whole, in 69, so there had to be, as far as space was concerned, especially the lead up. I believe that Kennedy made that speech in like 61. We're going to do the thing and we're going to do the hard thing. And they were talking about going into space and the space race. That was all through the 60s. So if you're talking about space, what? First of all, Chariots been around forever. We understand that. Okay? So, in order to control the narrative, which is what Esau felt he had to do, he had to explain them away. He had to say that they don't exist, knowing full well that they date back into antiquity. This idiot knows that. So in the 60s, this dude, at the same time he's saying he's going into I'm God, right? But God don't exist. Aliens and whatever. First of all, Roswell is in what, 47? Is it 47? What is that? How do you hide UFOs and say that they don't exist while you got Roswell, if you understand what that was, right? What was that? That was the Soviet Union creating an invasion, right? And using the technology that was created in World War II in Nazi Germany. And Mengele was working with the little kids and making them look like little whatever. And all of that is part of public knowledge at this point. If you understand what the psyop Roswell was. Okay, now why are they doing that? Why are they faking these things? Why are they building their own chariots and stuff? Because they know it goes back into antiquity. Anyway, so I'm gonna play this because here's where we are now. After years and years of denial, right? Now they're saying, big, tall black men, aliens. It's all coming together. It's weird. It's weird to see it after so long, after all the denial and all that. Now it's what it is. So.
I don't know. But I feel like they've been here. Well, I know they've been here. They've been walking amongst us. They are the reptilians. There's a lot. But let me know what y'all think of the comment.
I hope you can hear this. So when we get to this guy Joe Rogan is not just some podcaster. Joe Rogan is not just some bitch or some nigger talking shit about what they think they know. Joe has a huge audience and people are watching Joe. Joe is juiced in. You have to consider that. So this is going mainstream. Listen.
Y'all think that
not
something
this,
fishy
sure.
is going on? Like, why all of a sudden all of this alien talk has been just taken over for the last few years? Something is going on. What happens now in November, something is going on.
So
because
they keep talking about November.
Just to tell us this.
Because that's the story.
November, consider yourself warned. NASA says aliens are coming in November and they're 7 foot tall, aggressive, and they look like African Americans. Before you say this is just some weird conspiracy or something off of Reddit, this was covered by CBS News and actually talked about by Harvard scientists. They thought it was a comet, the Three-Eye Atlas they were calling it, but now they think it's an alien ship that was disguised. NASA ain't denying nothing. I feel like there's so much to digest with this. Some people are saying it might be the Anunnaki returning. Some people are saying it might be even us from the future. NASA ain't denying nothing. If they look like us, are they our descendants? Are we the aliens here? Have they been here the whole time just watching? Drop your theories in the comments now. Don't be scared.
All right.
I'm not saying
now when Joe Rogan speaks, listen close.
Questions. Like I said, if you already see this before November, you're ahead of 90% of the world. So ask yourself a question. It's not why they're here now. It's what we did to make them appear.
Did you hear about that fucking object that's hurtling towards Earth at like 130,000 miles an hour?
Yeah, that might solve all our problems.
Some intergalactic object that's hurt. This guy, Avi Loeb, he's a professor at Harvard that believes it might be an alien probe.
Wow.
And he was talking about the odds of this thing being in the trajectory that it is, entering into our solar system in a direct path with Earth. The odds are extremely low. And at the place where it's doing it, it's when the Earth is the opposite side of the sun, so it's coming from behind the sun. And it's so it makes it difficult to detect. And that this object is in a direct line to come to Earth in 2027.
Do they have a trajectory of where it's going to land?
I don't think they totally know that yet. I think they're trying to calculate whether or not it's actually going to hit Earth or come near Earth or pass by Earth or what it, what it is.
Like, why do they think it's an alien satellite or whatever?
Well, this guy, Avi Loeb, this professor that I'm discussing, he also had an analysis of another object that passed by Earth a few years back that they named, and they said that this thing had a very bizarre metallic sort of a look to it that he did not think, based on the shape of it and the way it was traveling, that it was natural. So he thought that that could have been some sort of an alien craft as well. I don't know. It's too fun. It's too fun.
But as it gets closer, we could probably decipher.
Scientists give chilling update on mysterious interstellar object racing through our solar system as they warn it's even bigger than we thought. Provide a chilling update on a mysterious interstellar object that's racing through our solar system.
It's even bigger than we thought. Now listen to what he says real quick, because we're going to go straight there. He's going to reference mountains and mountain ranges and specific mountains. Listen close.
Using data from the Vera C. Rubin Observatory, experts have revealed just how big the object dubbed 31 Atlas really is. According to their analysis, the object measures roughly 7 miles in diameter. Holy fuck. How big is New York City? Bigger than Mount Everest, making it the largest interstellar object ever spotted. Professor Avi Loeb, theoretical physicist and cosmologist from Harvard University, suggested the object could be an alien spacecraft. However, not everyone is convinced. Chris Lintott, an astronomer at the University of Oxford, told Live Science any suggestion that it's artificial is nonsense on stilts. He added that these claims are an insult to the exciting work going on to understand this object. But Harvard's legit, and Avi Loeb is a legit astronomer.
Right. I mean, let's not rule anything out.
Yeah. So
As it gets closer.
there's something about it, about the way it's traveling, that it's bizarre. It doesn't have a trail like a comet does.
Right.
Scroll up a little so I can see that. The images of the comet were actually snapped by the Vera C. Rubin before it was officially discovered. However, since it was identified on July 1st, just July 1st, just a little bit ago, scientists have scoured back through data to find out more about
Mention more mountain ranges. Listen.
the mysterious object. New study published on RXIV, whatever that is. More than 200 researchers have confirmed the likely size of the comet's main body, known as its nucleus. Their analysis suggests the nucleus has a radius of around 3.5 miles. That translates to a diameter or width of about 7 miles. To put that in perspective, bigger than Mount Everest, twice the size of Mount Kilimanjaro.
Mount.
Fuck.
Way smaller.
Wow.
Yeah, so the, how do you say it?
Oumuamua, I think.
Oumuamua, discovered in 2017. He came on and talked.
Mau mau. Remember that shit? A mau mau. A mua mua. A mau mau. Anyway, so let's look at the mountain. As in, she'll be coming around. We'll get that. The mountain is right here in the Apocrypha. Let's get it. All right. Second Ezra's 13. Start at the top. All right. So it's prophetic, or it's spiritual and prophetic, that these mountains are coming, and they're afraid. What we'll do is we'll get the anger too. Oh, it's hostile. How do they know it's hostile? All right. Well, let's look at it. Here he comes. 2 Ezra 13 and 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there rose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. Salaki. Where am I? Did I get the note? Oh, yeah, here we go. As it filleth the fire. 5. 2 Ezra 13 and 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven, out of Salaki. Read it again. 2 Ezra 13 and 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the men that came out of the sea. And here's the point, Salakia. All right? The point is, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Okay, what does all of that mean? It means Ezra's is like, look at that big old mountain in the sky. So we're absolutely Shalom. Who's that? What you talking about, man? Post scriptures or get off the comment board. Yeah, so that great mountain. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Okay, so what are we talking about? Talking about something that Yahushua was flying on, and they call it a mountain. All right, so let's get that. how we do that, we go to Wikipedia. So, Google search. What you do is Google search. She'll be coming around the moon. Right? And she'll be. Okay. She'll be coming around the mountain. Then go to after you've run the search, go to where it says Wikipedia. Damn. See, I'm gonna have to fight mine, so bear with me. Wiki. Okay, Wikipedia. Click on the Wikipedia page and then go down to where it says background. Click in background and now read the second paragraph. It says background, and the second paragraph it reads, the original song was published in Old Plantation Hymns in 1899. It ostensibly refers to the second coming of Hamashiach. And then they go off right here, and subsequent rapture, with the she referring to the chariot that the returning Hamashiach is depicted as driving. All right, so that pretty much tells you that they've known for a while about these chariots. Okay, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Okay, that song is about the second coming. I'll read it again. The original song was published in Old Plantation Hymns in 1899. It ostensibly refers to the second coming of Christ. Then it says, and subsequent rapture, but we understand that there ain't no subsequent rapture. Well, when he comes, at the same time, he will be delivering the children of Israel, but I don't know anything about the damn rapture. With the she referring to the chariot that the returning Christ is depicted as driving. That's on point. And he's furious they left that part out. Maybe it goes in. And he's bringing big torpedoes when he comes. He'll be bringing big torpedoes when photon. He will get them laser beams rolling when he comes, right? The book of Isaiah. Isaiah 63. Let's get before we get Isaiah, let's get realm. Let's get realm. The war is in 13. One realm. We'll start at 29. This is 2nd Ezra 13 and 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. There it is, the delivery again. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell upon the earth. There they are astonished again. Why? They're not ready for them spaceship. You tell people about it. Okay. You're in a UFO cult. Okay. But now our government is telling you what? Really, it's a signal. If you understand what's going on from the top, there's a signal. Hey, that crazy N-word in his spaceship is on his way. Get in your bunker. Really, that's what they're saying. It's time. Get in your bunker. We're finna set it off out here. Light that match. Go get in your bunker. Here he comes. That's what the signal is. Because they're telling you the truth. There's an element of truth in it. Hostile. Let's get to the hostile. Let me read this. Behold, 2nd Ezra 13 and 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And they were amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. part of the salvation, he's going to be delivering. And as he, what? He's destroying. And as he, there's a scripture that said, I can't think of it. And as he passeth over, he's delivering as he passeth. Anyway, let me finish this. And one shall undertake, this is 2 Ezra 13:31, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm, okay, against another. Really, these idiots are talking about, oh, we're going to take we're going to shoot at Opus 3I. We're going to take this old Saturn rocket we got out there and shoot it at, I'm like, you niggas are crazy. Anyway, where are we? Okay, so there's that. The realm, setting up, right? Basically the celestial war. This is what your beloved little lamb who had never hurt a fly is coming back to do. It's the book of Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this? Salah. We'll get to it. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Traveling what? In that spaceship. I that speak in righteousness mighty to save. So why now is the government willing to concede that there's a spaceship out there with hostile aliens? Why suddenly? Right? Why? Because it's time. See? All bullshit is about to be over. Okay? War of the Worlds for real. For real. It's no wonder that they're releasing that suddenly, right? No, nigga. Oh, well, Negroes, African Americans, how is that making people feel right now? African Americans are coming from the sky to whoop ass, and they're mad. What? Let me finish reading it. Here's the main one. Who is this that coming from Edom? It's an African American in a spaceship who never lost a war with dyed garments from Basra. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. That's Yahushua. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. I'll stop right there. Now I gotta go. I've trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Redemption, revenge is the most, vengeance is the most important word in the gospel. Okay? Understand? So there you have Yahushua coming back to do what? To whoop ass and get his clothes bloody, his back dirty, right? And he ain't gonna be running around swinging a damn sword, IUIC. If he wanted to, he could, but he wouldn't. Vesture dipped. Where we at? I gotta start at the top. This is not the top. This is 11. Revelation 19:11. This is the war in heaven coming out. But and I saw heaven open. So here we are with the celestial thing again. The fourth dimension opening. right? A portal. If you, a portal open up and then spaceships, I saw them coming out. That's what this is describing right here. A portal opened up and out came some spaceships. Right? And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. There's Yahushua, right, coming through a portal from the fourth dimension into the third. Two will pass. And this is John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos telling you what he saw. I saw heaven open. I saw from the fourth dimension into the third a UFO appear out of nowhere. A hole opened up. That's what he's trying to say. A fucking portal opened up and a ship just appeared, metamorphosized, right? Came into view. Right? Anyway. Oh, that's Revelation 19. Again, Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven opened. What does that mean? The sky opened up. The sky opened up. Well, that's the realm. Those are two realms, right? The sky opening up is a portal between the third dense, right, and the spiritual realm, the fourth dimension, right? Sometimes you see out of nowhere a chariot, right? You'll see like a ring, right, or something. You'll see something out there, and then from that, whatever it is, you'll see something come through it, right? And they have footage of that. Anyway, and I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. That white horse is talking about a silver, right, object gleaming, right? They describe it. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was the pilot, if you will, or the commander of that particular ship, right? And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. A nigga will try to get into that and explain it. Oh, what that means is that he got a tattoo. Just keep reading, nigga. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. Why did he have a vesture dipped in blood? Because he was out there whooping ass. All right, and that nigga that wants to say that he had a tattoo, right? You gotta go. You niggas gotta go, man. All right? So the point, this is Yahushua coming from that spaceship. So this man knows. He's an angry black man. The original angry black man, right? Who is Yahweh Shua, but he's coming back. They know hostile spaceship with African Americans. TikTok is just spelling it out. What would Chat GPT say now? So what do you think about this hostile alien, and what is this African American aspect to it? Right? Because if that's being pushed out there, which it clearly is, then what happens next week, right? And this is what he's coming back. And this is hidden. Nobody knows this is talking about mighty to save, right? You could ask a Negro who's been going to church all his life for 20 years, what does Jesus even mean? And it doesn't mean it. What does Joshua even mean? You know, and they can't tell you. Christian church can't tell you what Jesus means or doesn't mean, right? But they will fight you about some folly, right? Quick. Anyway, second coming. He maketh the clouds his chariot. Dummy. Simple. When I came into the truth, I was like, this, oh, the UFOs are explained. I was like, this is good. You've explained the UFOs to me. I'm cool. Makes perfect sense. Thank you. Revelation 1 and 7, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. That's how big that mountain is going to be. And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so. And they're preparing you for that. Oh, how big is this thing? 7 miles long, and da-da-da-da. Right, they're preparing. Every eye shall see him. Just the size alone is going to command respect. Oh, and there's what? African American. They didn't say black. See, they didn't say black. They didn't say Africans. They didn't say Swahilis. There must be some sort of difference. Let's get that. Doth put a difference, right? Between what? The Ethiopian. What is it? Doth put a difference. Exodus. I'm gonna just read it from here. Exodus 11 and 7, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Damn dogs. Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord Yahweh Shemashah doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So they didn't say Ethiopian, which means burnt face, right? They didn't go there. What did they say? They're giving you a direct message, right? Who are the African Americans? Oh, the tribe of Judah. Here he comes, the Lion of Judah, coming in a spaceship, like we just read in Isaiah. Coming back to do what? Pull you out of them bunkers, right? So, hallelujah. All right, let's get this. Psalm 104 and 4. Let's start at the top. Psalm 104 and 1. Bless the Lord, O my soul, O Lord, my power. Thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty. Who coverest thyself with light, as with a garment. Who stretcheth out the heavens like a curtain. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters. Who maketh the cloud his chariots. Who maketh the clouds his chariots. Who walketh upon the wings of the wind. Who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers of flaming fire. All right, so we know these things. We know what it is. You have to eventually. Well, I was like this. I'll be glad when the chariots have to be discussed. I remember because when my baby mama, 16 years ago, was stealing, and now my daughter is found in her hand, using the court to demonize me. The defendant believes in UFOs. Used that against me. And it was laughable back then, right? But now our government is telling you that hostile aliens that look like Africans in it. What is that bitch thinking now? Hostile aliens that look like African Americans. Same ones down there with the Bible in there telling you that this is going to happen. Now they're coming. Coming to do what? Well, apparently, because you built bunkers, shall hide themselves in the dens. And where's that? 14? There's many of them, but let's get one. Hide themselves. In the dens, in the caves, and thickets and in rocks and in holes, right? Let's see if this is it. Samuel? No. Well, this is what we did. I'm not gonna read that. It's a lot good. Hid themselves. Yeah. 6, Revelation 6, Salakia. And the kings of the earth, this is it. Okay? This is what they're doing right now. All right? And they know. So again, let me see. What happens before this? Because that's a signal for them for Avi Loeb, right? To tell the truth. Here it is. The devil doesn't tell the truth. Right? That's a signal. That's not the truth. That's a, hey, here are just niggas coming right now. This is not it's not a drill. It's the real thing. That's what they're saying. Right? And if you know the code, if you will, there's a code being spoken. Everything is the truth. Hostile alien. Yahushua is coming back to whoop out. Spaceships. Chariot. Let's get that. Salakia. Chariots of Israel. My father. What is that? 2 Kings 2. My father, the chariot. Let's get that. Because they have a name too. And our name is on them. See, you got to understand that. My father. This is why they're scared. My father. God damn. Second Kings 2:13. 2 Kings 13 and 14. Salaki, bear with me. 2 Kings 13:14. Now Elisha was fallen sick of his sickness whereof he cried, Salah, whereof he died. The screen is so cracked I can't see it. 2 Kings 13 and 14. Now Elisha was fallen sick of his sickness whereof he died. And Joash, the king of Israel, came down unto him, wept over his face, and said, oh, this is not what I want. Oh, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof. There it is. It's not the one I want, but... And the horsemen thereof. What is he talking about? It's not the one I want. But it'll suffice. What is the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof? What is that? That's the name of the chariots. Okay, whether you understand that or not, it's a spiritual thing. Don't have me get out spiritually discerned real quick. But anyway, I just had to throw that in there because that they have a name, right? And our name, Yasharallah. The chariots of Yasharallah. Our name is on there, right? So when they come, right, that's our military. Are they not a military? We just read that, did we not? Revelation 19. Armies of heaven, right? I didn't get to it. Revelation 19:13, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. He was all He's out there fighting. And his name was called the Word of God. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. What does that mean? That means out of that same portal came a whole bunch more chariots. That's what it means. And the armies which were in heaven followed him. How'd they follow him? Through that portal. All right, I'll read it again. And I saw heaven open. They had to come through that same opening. Okay. Revelation 12:7. There was war in the sky, or heaven. In this case, the vaulted expanse of the sky. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. All right, so what is that? That's them spaceships from outer space fighting the spaceships from inner space, and it's real simple. If this devil can fly around and shoot at people and blow shit up, well, the Most High can't play that game. Who created it? Who created what? See? Anyway, get ready, right, to see or to discern. Let's go to the time that we're in. If you go to Matthew 24, speaks of the time we're in. What is the main message of Matthew 24? Let's get it. Matthew 24:4, right? And Yahushua answered and said, take heed that no man deceive you. You're about to be deceived up and down, whatever. First, you're going to believe whatever GPT tells you. Then you're going to believe anything that you see with your naked eye, and it's all phony. Because we're in a time of great deception. Great deception. You don't understand. You can't see. First of all, you can only see in the UV, right, spectrum. If you can't see outside, how can you see outside of the UV spectrum? You need to be able to. What does that mean? You need to be able to have spiritual discernment. Clairvoyance, clairaudience, all of those things. You need to be able to recognize a demon from an angel. Recognize a demon dressed as an angel of light. Right? Look at Elazar. You need to be able to see something like that. Right? Point it out and go the other way. All right? So chariots, right? Miracles. We're in the time of Acts, the Acts of the Apostles. We're in the time of spiritual power, right? A lot of things that I don't believe in God. I don't believe in UFOs. Well, you don't believe in UFOs, but your government does. They believe in hostile UFOs on their way here right now, about to be here on the 27th, which they'll probably lie and try to fool you, a great deception, and you're going to fall for it. You're going to run right down and take you a chip. And that's the way it works. Scared, maybe you can scare someone, right? Maybe we can use that witchcraft. Maybe we can make someone afraid of you, scare you into a chip, right? What is it? Stand now. Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Let's read some of these other ones. If so, perhaps you will succeed. See, keep on there with your magic spells and with your many sorceries which you have labored at since childhood. Perhaps you will succeed. Perhaps you will cause terror. Maybe they can make someone afraid of you. Isn't that what you're going to do? The aliens are coming, and then you run your projector. The aliens are, it's all witchcraft, smoke and mirrors, sleight of hand, abracadabra, whatever. Right? We're going to be calling on the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, transform. Fuck Shazam. So take your, this is the Berean Standard Bible. So take your stand with your spells and with your many sorceries, with which you have wearied yourself from your youth. Perhaps you will succeed. Perhaps you will inspire terror. Well, get ready for terror to be inspired. Why? It's all a deception. What did Yahushua say? Take heed that no man deceive you. How do you do that? Isaiah 33:6. Take heed that no man deceive. How? You have need that some men teach you. Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. All right. So with that, we hope that the elect were edified. All right, Slovakia. Yep. Let's get out of here with this. Look, Revelation. So here we are at the end of World War III when the missiles are in the air. How we getting now? Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. See, this cloud is integral to your great escape. And if you don't have full mastery over how this cloud works and how you're going to meet up with this cloud one day in the so-called wilderness or whatever, there's a rendezvous point. And I mean, you might be in the house and go through walls getting beamed up, from wherever you're at. Two in the field, right? Whatever the case is, you better be, and when Gabriel's horn blows, you better be ready to go, right? At least that's what the horny horns, that's what Catfish and Phelps and them said. Catfish Collins. The seventh trumpet. See? These trumpets are sounding. Right? We sounded the alarm. Anyway, you gotta know what those chariots are for. A lot of people are gonna be afraid, running from your salvation. You know you're confused. Anyway, this is Ecclesiastes. And 13. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Now's the time, man. Because in a minute, this is, first of all, this is all there is. And if you don't know that now, you'll know it very soon. The only thing that there is truth. That's it. It's the only thing left standing as this thing begins to disintegrate and dissolve. The only thing left standing will be this truth. So you might as well get on it. Get in. This is Philippians. and stay in. Get in and stay in. Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Meaning, you got to be a full-time Israelite, right? First. You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing. You got to do it, right? And right now, we got to be smart about it. Wisdom and knowledge. Running around and trying to fight people with fringes on. I got my fringes on. Let me go start a fight with the cops. Come on. But we need them. We need 2/3 diversions like that. All right, let them do what they're going to do. Be wise. Be smart. All right. What you should be doing is attuning, right, your frequency to that of the frequency of truth, which is the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and know when the Spirit comes, you should know, and when the Spirit leaves, you should, make sure that your vessel is dressed so that when it comes and goes, that it's cool. Because if you ain't right, Spirit ain't coming to visit or to speak through or any of those things. So you have to clean, and I do. So Lucky, when I say you, I mean I have to, and here's how you do that, all right? If you're continually checking yourself, which is to examine yourself and understand that, the win is to continually improve. There is no finish line, but to win, to say that you won this, right, is to grow in the Spirit and the truth, to continually grow in the Spirit. That's the win. Eventually, you get to the point where the elder apostle Tahar is, right? He doesn't have to worry as much as we have to worry about falling out. He's got that mastered, right? And the Spirit is working with him to the point where that pretty much not going to happen unless it was written or it's one of those, special cases like King David or whatever. Not that King David fell out of truth, but he, did whatever it was written for him to do, and it's this monumental thing that was written for our learning. That's the only thing that could happen at this point. We're so close to the truth. Anyway, work out your own salvation, meaning this. You got to be about it first, right? You can be subtle, right? What does it mean to be more subtle than any? You got to be wise. You got to be wiser than the serpent. That dude is subtle, all right? But you're an Israelite. You can overcome everything that this motherfucker has to offer. Anyway, with that, all right, we're going to face the east, all right? Call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Bahashim Kakudash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone, even the elders that came before them, the promise is true. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing word of truth and sincerity, hope and light tabernacle days, the aqua that are less than one and being the pillar of rest, 144,001 third, the hopeful elective vision. Shalom.